Hello, hunters. Long time no see. Can you hear me loud and clear? Let me just adjust this a little bit. There you go. So yeah, I'm still alive, even though it doesn't look like it right now. It feels like I have died and went to heaven. Uh, I don't know what happened to my camera, but whatever it was, it decided to start happening like 10 minutes before the stream. So I had no replacement. So sorry. Just get used to blurry, eerily light to the me, I guess. Yeah, this ear lighting on me right now. So today we have something different. Not this. This is not different. This is me just opening to see the chat because I cannot see the chat for some reason. So as you know, we have just announced that we're releasing the alpha in June 22nd, which is like next Saturday. It's very close by. And we haven't updated the game in a while, so this is going to be a big update just because of that. It's because of the time since the last update. But this is also like a big milestone update for us. We are letting everybody in. I'm very, very happy about this actually because we've had a lot of backers who have been there since day one, really. But on the $20 tier, something like that, and they haven't been able to play the pre-alpha together with all the other founders. So starting June 22nd, next Saturday, we're gonna let everybody in. So since the build, oh now I can see the chat. Hello, official Wolf TV. Hello. Now the chat is up. Hello. Hi, Cafe. Cool. So I decided to just give you a tour of the build as it is being made because I cannot show you the alpha because the alpha is not done yet. If it was done, you would be playing it. So we don't like hold into things at Rogues now. We just release them when they're done. So I'm just gonna show it to you. So we have a lot of new things actually. Just gonna play the game right now. Got my gamer water. Always hydrate yourself, kids. Cool. So yeah, it's been a long time since I've streamed. I've been also absent on Discord as well, so I'm really sorry about that. Nothing makes me more stoked about working in the game than just being here, interacting with you, and getting that energy. It's always so cool. So the first thing you're gonna notice, we actually have a splash screen now, which is kind of funny that we never had it before. We just never got to it, I guess. So now you can see that the game is made by Rogues now. Yay! We also have this new login screen. We're still not requiring anybody to create an account or anything like that, so you don't have to worry about that. We're just gonna keep playing. And you just put whatever name you want here, like Cool Hunter, whatever, and this is just gonna be your handle. You don't have to create an account. So you can't even type in any password here. You can choose which server you want to play in. Right now we only have Asia and US East. Like I said, we do have servers all around the world. We're just not using them because we have to pay for them. So we just keep US East and Asia online until we have more hunters, right? Because there's so few of you right now during alpha that we don't need that many servers. I forgot to switch to English. So yeah, unless there are Brazilian fans in the chat right now who are able to understand this, this is in Portuguese. Sorry about that. Let's just change it right now. So yeah, after you get to the login screen, you can find the new map. It's under construction. Still, a lot of things here have to be done. This doesn't feel right. I think this doesn't feel right at all. It's kind of weird. But where's the options menu now? It's here. Okay, so we go to options, and as you can see now, options is properly embedded on the main menu tabs. So let's just go here and change it to English so that everybody can understand what I'm saying. Okay. So let's get back to that first screen. Let's just do this. Bling. Bling. Hello Agato, hello PyDog, welcome to the stream. So yeah, we have our Rogue's Nail Splash now. Bling. I love that sound. Okay, so we now have some way to communicate with you in game. So there are a lot of founders who have never joined Discord. We have more founders who have purchased the game than actually founders in the Discord community. So of course there are founders who have supported the game. They have access to the game. They have played the game, but they have never talked to anyone. They haven't come to the streams. They haven't talked to us on Discord. So we figure we need a way to communicate with these people inside the game, right? Because every hunter matters. And so now we have a news feature here inside the game. So whenever you're gonna log in, we can just deliver news to you on the splash and just call people to come join Discord, right? Because if you want to, if you're a founder and by any chance you're hearing this, you really want to join Discord. People are really fun. They're really friendly, really welcoming. It's a great fun community, but more importantly, you get to see like everything daily. Like the team is there every single day. Lucy's there every day. I try to be there every day. I try to bring as many people from the team to be there, at least reading it. So you get to have your voice in the game. So it's very important to join Discord. Join Discord, guys. Cool. So there's a little thank you here. This is a really fun thing I think we did. Like we kind of signed the game as you would sign like a mural or something that you painted together, right? And I think it's super cool because these 10 people, we have been building this game for a good while now, thanks to you, our supporters. And this is like a little wall of thank you. So whenever new people join the team, there are going to be more signatures here. But yeah, this is just something nice. Cool. So let's just join up. No. Why? What happened? Ooh, I found a bug. It's live development, guys. It's live development. Okay, I understand what happened. So the hunter screen was not deactivated behind that. So I just accidentally logged into it. You're seeing live game dev, guys. This is the real deal. Milk is actually the name of one of our programmers. His name is Gabriel Leite, which is Portuguese for milk. But sure, I'm sure Gabe's gonna want to have milk in the game as some sort of material, maybe. So that was a bug. That's why the alpha is not playable yet, guys. There's nasty, nasty bugs going on. Cool, but we're in. So I have a lot of new things to show you. The first thing you're gonna realize is that the map screen is a little bit different. It's not done yet. It's not gonna look exactly like this when the alpha goes live, but it's close enough. This is still not final quality, so there's a lot of missing things. We want you to kind of get a feel of where you are in the world of Relic Hunters. So this is a section of Planet Cradle called Galeno Desert. You're gonna see here the Kami Cave, the Secret Market. You're gonna able to see Samila City over here. You're gonna see Hilltown, or just little shanty houses around this place. A little train station that brings you to Galena Canyons. I'm going to be able to see some Dukan outposts, stuff like this spread out. So there's a lot of detail that is still missing on the screen. But the layout is pretty much what you're going to be seeing in the final alpha. So global chat's not working yet. We still have to implement the global chat. So you can, we plan to have tabs, so you can be in-game just chatting with people in your match, but you can go to global chat. This is another thing that we're trying to put the community and the communication inside the game, not only on Discord. You can now set your matches to be public, private, or friends only. We still don't have a party system, so friends only. You have to put like a password. Eventually, going to replace this with a proper party system where you invite people into your party, stuff like that, right? You add people to your friends list, yada yada. But so far, we don't have that, so you just set your matches to public or private or yeah. And there's a lot of new things. So first thing that a lot of people who have been playing the game are going to celebrate is that you can now open the inventory on the map screen. So, yeah, you can now actually mess around with your items on the map screen, which is great. You don't have to join a match, just to look at your inventory and make changes. Uh, there's more though. You can change your hunter here. You don't have. You can select whatever hunter you want. Like for example, level one Jimmy right here, um, and level one Jimmy can. Ooh, this is a bug. Okay, down it goes. Woo! It's going all the way down. There we go. So this is the new hunter screen. On a surface level, there's not much difference to it. Uh, the first thing you're gonna notice is that the character is actually a quote unquote live character. You can actually see the character on the screen. It's not just a drawing. Eventually, the character is going to like look at the crosshair, stuff like that. Right now, Jimmy doesn't feel like it. We're not in talking terms, Jimmy and I. He rather not look at me. I hope he's going to overcome this someday. He's going to forgive me. But yeah, we have new things here. The first and most important one is that you can actually open a detail screen on your items, right? So you can see the rusty carbine here. Uh, you can rotate the model, look at it, and whatever. And you can see a description. You can see the detail stats, and more importantly, let me show like a non-crude item like this rare here, like this common shotgun. There we go. So this is a +2 common shotgun, and now you can actually enhance items. So before, if you wanted a better shotgun, you just had to drop a better shotgun. Now, if you like a specific item, maybe you like the rolls you have on that item, you can just enhance that item to bring it to the same item level of the other stuff that you have. So this is a way for you to kind of manipulate luck a little bit, because in looter games, if you just have like pure random drops, you might be looking for a specific role forever, right? It's just old school Diablo 2. You can be just years looking for a specific role and never get it. Mm. A lot of modern loot games, they do a lot of systems to allow you to manipulate this. Uh, we are going to do something like that with the item world in the future, but for now we wanted a less heavy-handed way to manipulate these items. So we have the enhancement system. So say you like the roll on this. Let me find. Say you like the roll on this rare potion here. Like you like it's got a decent physical attack roll, awesome base movement speed, awesome skill recovery. It's a really good roll on the potion. That's why I have him +4. So you just collect materials, right? So you can find chemical components, DNA, rare catalyst, stuff like that. And you can just grind for these. So right now, just randomly grind for these things. But the idea is that, and it's on the description as you can see here. So the DNA, the idea is that you're going to be find this by harvesting rare plants. So these plants are going to spawn specific maps. So you're just going to have to grind them on those specific maps if you want DNA. There are also going to be like quest rewards, special missions rewards, especially to just incentivize you to do special missions, which we're going to talk about soon. But the idea for eventually is for you to be able to focus farm the materials that you want, right? Right now it's just random drops, just play the game. That's how it's going to work. But as soon as you have everything, you can just enhance. And this is going to become +5, and then +6, and +7, yada yada. Shad is talking to me. Hi Mark, will the background stay white or will we be able to change the color? Custom themes will be cool. Uh, I don't know. For now, it's white. Maybe in the end we can like do themes. I think that would be a super cool thing to do. But right now we're just really focused on like core stuff. That's also what I want to talk about right now. So you can see here for the first time, you can actually go and click on these things. So these things have always been like just for show. Now you can actually navigate. So let's go one by one. So the first one is the journal. So they're all under development. I'm just gonna explain what they do. You can just scroll through these right now. You couldn't before. So the journal is gonna be where you're gonna see your adventures, your quests, as well as your reputation with different factions. So the story stuff is gonna be here, and reputation stuff is gonna be here on the journal. You can also restart old story quests that you have completed before, stuff like that. Social, you're gonna have your friends list, your current party when we have the party system, and your clan. When eventually gonna have a clan, maybe 2021. I don't know when that's coming, but it's on the plans. This is super cool. I hope we can get this done this year. This is the rebel rank. So this is kind of for your account level. We want you to have a lot of different hunters, and we want to simulate you to play all of them. But you do have your overall player progression. This is your rebel rank. And this is completely based on achievements. So the only way to gain rebel XP to increase your account level is completing achievements. So you're gonna have, this screen is gonna be like a big list of achievements for you to complete. And every achievement is gonna give you a certain amount of points for you to unlock higher rebel ranks. So think of this like a mastery system on Warframe if you play that, but instead of leveling up items, it's achievements, so it's everything. You think of it like if you play Warframe, you would not only gain mastery from items, but you also gain mastery from reaching like a high wave survival or doing like unlocking X number of planets and whatever. So everything that you do in the game is going to, as long as it's tied to an achievement, is going to give you points towards your rebel rank, which in turn raises the level cap of your hunters. It provides you with extra skill points for your skills and access to new areas and relics. So some relics in some areas are going to be rebel rank restricted. Noob proof until you prove yourself as a awesome rebel. So the hunter screen you're familiar with is going to have a stats screen. So you're going to check all your RPG stats, which are a lot right now. The skill tree. So I've shown you in Discord a couple of months ago a sketch of how the skill tree is going to be. It's going to be similar to Borderlands 2's skill tree. You're going to have 3 paths, 3 themes, and unlocking skills on each of these 3 different trees is going to give you access to nodes further down below. So you're going to be able to improve your hunter here, unlock new skills, and you gain skill point every time you level up, but also you gain skill points when you have higher rebel rank. So if you have a high rebel rank and you just pick up a new hunter, that hunter is going to come with a lot of skill points already, even at level 1. So you can just get to experiment with that hunter's skills and builds and stuff like that very quickly. We also have the customization screen. This is where everything cosmetic is going to happen. So you have your skins, of course, for each slot, like head, chest, and scarf, and whatever. Color customization, of course, but also going to be able to equip special effects for your skills, voice lines, and emotes and emoji that you can use on the chat as well. And finally, we have the option screen. Right now, this only works with mouse and keyboard. Like these are all placeholders because if you go here with gamepad, these widgets, they're not made for gamepad, so you're going to be suffering if you try to drag this with a gamepad. So sorry about that. If you're a gamepad player, whenever you come to settings screen, just use your mouse. It's going to be fine. yeesh, what else? There's so much stuff. So cool. We have gear score recommendations on the stages. So this is something that is like a quality of life change for everybody. So you can see here if you're playing the recommended gear score for each mission is going to help you figure out if you're prepared for a mission or not. It's also going to give you a warning. For example, if I go here to the hard timeline and I try to go into this, it's going to bug out. It's not going to open. Okay, so this one. So the recommended gear score here is 160. So my Jimmy, poor Jimmy, his gear score is too low. So it's going to give me this. And if I actually join the mission, it's going to give me a huge warning that I'm doing something wrong, right? Gear score too low. There you go. So hopefully this will help new players to figure out why they're being instantly exploded whenever they join the game. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to show. What else? So special missions. This is not going to be on the alpha, but we already have the base of it here, so you can figure out. It's under construction. You can read there. But special missions are going to be like Warframe alerts. You're going to be here in the world, and whenever you see like a little star over a certain stage, that means that is a special mission. It's going to have more rewards, but it's going to be on a time limit, like 40 minutes, 1 hour usually. Then it's going to rotate to a different one. So during that hour, everybody on the server is going to see that mission. Hopefully that's going to bring people together to play it. And after 1 hour, that mission is gone, and another mission somewhere else takes its place with different modifiers, different rewards. So pretty much every hour, you're going to have 2 normal missions to complete. After you beat the normal timeline, all the missions here in the normal timeline, you unlock the hard missions, which are on a 4-hour timer. And after you complete all missions on the hard timeline, you unlock the legendary special missions, which are once every 8 hours, but they have awesome rewards. So this is designed to just help people specifically farm for some things. And this is bugging out hard right now. I can't mouse over it. It's going away from me. Why are you running away from me? Whatever. It's not working. But this is just a way for people to get together. And of course, we have Help Others. Help Others was already working on the beta branch of our Steam. If you have been on Discord, we asked you to test this like a month or 2 ago. It's working now. It's super cool. So the idea behind Help Others is like matchmaking. You click it, and you get to help other hunters who are in need of more people, right? It just puts you whenever you're needed the most, and you're going to get a currency called kindness. And kindness, eventually we're going to have a store where you can buy stuff that is usually premium stuff, is usually going to be available with kindness. So you can even support the game with money, or you can support the game by being nice and helping other people play. What else? So many new things. I think I could show you the weapons. So we have a lot of guns, like a lot of guns. So if you're used to how the game was 2 months before, when just every gun looked the same, this is gonna be a huge upgrade. You get like little pistols like this. You get shotguns and marksman rifles. We have like different elements. Now the elements actually do stuff. So you see these are 2 impact weapons. This is like a magnetic weapon. So it deals extra damage against shields. You get like nature, like this nature exotic that I have here. The Bow King. Nature damage is really good against armor. So it starts to get these more strategic choices about how to go with your gear. Let me just change to my RAF here to show you. So we also have this. It's bugged out, but we have feedback for when your gear score rank levels up. So hopefully it's more clear now. You're gonna be able to understand. Hey, my gear score rank is now rare 1. That's super cool. Uh, there are different drops that you can get now. So you can see here we have a new rarity called exotic. So there's like a 5% chance when you drop an item for it to be exotic. It's a variance that has many more item affixes. You can see this one has 5. We also have augmented items, set items. So you're gonna see this very soon. We actually have a trailer explaining all these loot stuff. But yeah, let's just take these guns for a ride. Put on the hard timeline, maybe Peaks Blockade. New Raph skin confirmed. Yeah, Buggy Raph. No hands, no face. Look, mom, no face, but she's okay in the game. It's just the menu. So my favorite feature of the alpha is that we have all new weapon effects and sound effects. So you can see when we go here with the magnetic marksman rifle and it shoots like this. If we switch to the nature pistol, it shoots like this. And it's like every weapon's feeling much more unique now and super cool. We also have a recoil system, and you can see here when I'm not aiming, my crosshair is super wide open. You can see how open it is. And if I shoot the wall, you can see how it spreads out. It's so bad that sometimes I hit the floor, right? There you go, I hit the floor there. Because this marksman rifle, it's meant to be used with the focus aim. So when you focus, it just becomes super accurate. So just wow. Now you're like laser accurate. And you can see there that we have recoil now on the shots. So some guns you're actually gonna have to learn how to control it. So if I shoot the pistol very controlled like this, it's gonna give me perfect accuracy. But if I just spam it, you can see the crosshair opening and the shots just going wild. So gunplay now, hopefully the guns are gonna feel for you very different between each other. If I change this for this exotic water rifle and maybe this Dukan Impact SMG, you're gonna see the difference of how these guns feel, how they fire. This is a water gun, different sound, different effects. Also the recoil is different. Like the auto rifle, really have to aim down sights. The SMG, it doesn't make a lot of a difference. You could just run and gun with the SMG. Same thing for shotguns, stuff like that. So if I just equip this old common shotgun here and this common SMG, you can see my gear score dropping because I did this. But you can see that I can pretty much run and gun with the SMG and the shotgun, no problem. But I favor a more elegant playstyle, so I just use the marksman rifle and the nature pistol. So this marksman rifle, it's magnetic damage. You can see this little shock, right? So magnetic damage is really strong against shields. So if you see those commandos like this guy here, I just melted him, you see? He just melted in like 2 shots. And nature damage is really strong against armor. So if you see those turtles, now you know what to do. Just your yellow health is armor. So all of the yellow health is going to melt if I shoot with the nature pistol. There you go, see how quick it melts. 374 damage with the nature gun. So there are 6 damage types in the game right now. I hope you can experiment with them and find out some of the difference. The most important thing about damage types is not in the game right now, unfortunately, which are the conditions. So each damage type can inflict like a negative status effect on the enemies. For example, if you shoot an enemy with fire, they will burn. If you shoot an enemy with magnetic, you can silence them. If you shoot them with nature, they get contagion. So this is still not in the game, but it's gonna be very soon. So hopefully it's gonna be all balanced out, and your choice of which damage types to bring to a mission is going to be interesting one. Just look at how fast I can melt that Duke and Commander there.
30 seconds left.
I got it. You can equip more than one exotic. Yeah, of course. We don't limit how many items of any type you can equip. The way we balance it is that you can pretty much equip everything. So we call them high-end drops. So this is just a regular rare item. Sometimes it can be beneficial to use this because the rolls are really good. But most of the time, if I have an exotic, I'm gonna use that. But maybe I have an augmented one that is better than the exotic, and then I'm gonna use that. Or maybe I have a unique one, and then I'm gonna use that. Speaking of unique items, let me just cheat a little bit here, like a dirty cheater, and show you some uniques. So you have here the jacket sandwiches. I can show you the blade knight. So oh, we have new loot drops. Yeah, forget about that. So goodbye Mac Loots. Hello Triangle Illuminati Loots, I guess. So there you go. So yay, I dropped a unique auto rifle. Let me show that to you. So this is the Blade Knight. So unique items, they're pretty much rares. They have the same number of affixes, the same gear score, everything else is a rare wood, but they have a unique affix. So in this case, the Blade Knight deals more damage the closer you are to your target. So you have to just face tank stuff and just shove the Blade Knight onto the faces of the enemies. So maybe you have this and you want to use this instead of the exotic, right? I have a exotic auto rifle here that has a ton of extra damage and critical chance and reload speed. It's a really good exotic. But then it's my choice whether I want to use this or the unique, right? It's a more interesting... it's still my loot? Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, I was almost forgetting. Another thing, it was so much new stuff that I'm already used to at this point that I forgot to show you properly, but we have loot labels now. So yeah, this is new. So you can see the little loot labels there. You can see the materials there: crystal, glue, bounty. So this is new. It's just fresh from the programmers. And you can see me getting materials like glue and crystal. And like I said, if I like the Blade Knight that I just cheated to get, I can enhance it. Unfortunately, the game designer put 9,999. I don't think this is balanced, guys. I have a feeling that this is not balanced. But if I could get some materials, I can actually upgrade this Blade Knight to be dealing the same like item level as this exotic, for example, or this rare that I have +4, or this one that I was using, which is +6. So it's ultimately your choice. There's also this one that I can equip on RAF, but the jacket of sandwiches. So it has a chance to spawn a hollow sandwich, which is one of Ace's skills. You can pretty much become Ace when you have this jacket. Yeah, it's pretty rad. And it's gonna have random rolls on the unique, so hopefully you can farm like for different rolls on different uniques. We want to have most of the uniques in the game tied to specific bosses or quests. So hopefully, like Borderlands, you can focus farm. So I really don't like the way like Diablo plays, Diablo 3, where everything drops everywhere and you just drop a lot of stuff and just hoping that it's the one that you want. Hopefully you'll be able to focus farm some items eventually. Right now, since the game is very small and we just have a single boss, everything's dropping everywhere. But the idea is whenever we have enough content, we're going to spread the loot out so you can focus farm the uniques that you want. Just looking at chat a little bit. Can we turn off labels? Could be annoying when there's a ton of it. What do you mean by labels, Python? Oh, I see the label. Of course.
1 minute left.
Yeah. We're gonna give you an option to completely disable the item labels if you want. I find that it really helps just finding the loot in general. But yeah, I know it's not something for everyone. Yay, Crystal. Cool. Are we gonna be able to keep our bounty, or will it just disappear? We're going to increase a little bit of the time that it takes for bounty to disappear, but it's still gonna disappear. It's mainly for performance reasons as well as design. Like, we just want you to keep moving. If you're just camping somewhere and sniping, we want you to go there and get whatever it is that you want to get. There are changes coming to scavenge game mode as well. So let me just switch to Ace here. At least Ace has a face. I gotta do not worry, man. Borderlands is a huge influence. There's gonna be a lot of the good things of Borderlands in Relic Hunters, for sure.
Okay, guys, we need to secure.
So we have some changes coming for scavenge game mode, which haven't been the most fun so far. So the first thing is that when you capture points, we're gonna make it a little bit wider, and you're gonna be able to just get into the point and get out. And if there's nobody in the point, it's yours. You don't have to sit on the point like you have to in the current build. You're gonna be able to just be here, and it's gonna be blue, and when you leave, it's going to stay blue. So you don't have to just sit idly on the point. You just have to make sure that the Dukans do not get to the point, right? This is gonna make especially multiplayer a lot more fun, because you would just sit on the point while the other people would just, like, the best strategy was for one people to sit on the point and AFK, while everybody else was defending like the ramps and stuff like that. Not anymore. You can just be here on the outside, as long as you control the enemies, right? We're also gonna change like the loot pools to give you a little bit of a control of what you get. So on skirmish missions, whenever you kill a boss, there's a boss at the end of every skirmish mission. It's gonna loot explosion. It's gonna drop a lot of loot, a lot more than you drop on the previous build, right? It drops at least, I think it's guaranteed 5 pieces of gear, stuff like that. So a lot of loot's gonna fly over all over the place. But it's mostly gear pieces and guns. So and scavenge is gonna be more about materials. So if you're looking for, hey, I have really well-rolled gear now that I really wanted to enhance, you can just come and play a few matches of scavenge. And each point of scavenge, whenever it's completed, is gonna drop a lot of materials. So you can just quickly enhance the items that you want. So you get a little bit of a choice of reward there with your game modes. Like, do I want more loot drops or do I want more materials? And if you want loot drops, you go to skirmish. If you want materials, you go play scavenge. So it's gonna be a nice choice to have. So scavenge still gonna be like controlling the points. Hopefully you can even, like with this new mechanic, hopefully we can even have more than 1 point at once. You can have like 2 points at once, stuff like that. Hopefully not as annoying as in Warframe though, because I hate those interception missions. I think there's some legal issues if they do. No, not at all, man. One thing about game design is that game design is not copyrighted. So, and I think this is good, right? Because somebody comes up with a good game mechanic, other games can do the same thing. We don't have to be making the same mistakes over and over again. And I think this is on loot games is very important, because there have been a lot of loot games. I've been playing them for like, what, almost 20 years of loot games. And sometimes a loot game comes out, I'm not gonna name any names, but it just makes the same old mistakes that every loot game has ever made before, right? Hopefully with Relic Hunters Legend, like, we're a small team, so it takes us a long time to do stuff. So we have to really make sure that the stuff that we do is actually the right one, because if we have to throw stuff away because we're stupid and we're not learning other games as lessons, that's gonna hurt us a lot. So hopefully we can learn really well the lessons of other loot games and try to get it right on as few tries as possible. It's not gonna be on the first try. I have no illusions about that. This is a challenging genre to be working with, and that's the most important thing about having a community is that we have people every time just to say if we're doing something right or wrong, and we are not too stubborn or proud to just listen to you. We listen and we do what you tell us is the good thing, because you are the ones that we want to please, right? So I think this is going to give us hopefully a little bit of an edge over the $100 million budget games out there. What else? We've done a fair bit of optimization. We still have the game is still very CPU limited. So if you have an old CPU, you might suffer a little bit, and we're sorry about that. There's a few people on our team that have old computers, and they can't handle the game 60 FPS all the time, which is unfortunate.
Okay, guys, we need to secure
This is
these
something
spots.
that we know is happening. We are trying to improve it a little bit every time. The two biggest things right now is that we have to do like a proper loading screen that we don't have. So this is gonna help us with a lot of the stuttering and other issues like this that we have. And the other thing is that our animation system is very CPU intensive, like super CPU intensive. And it's on the roadmap to eventually either put it on a different core of your processor. So if you have like a multi-core processor, you're not gonna lag as much. And maybe have it on the GPU. So if you have a video card, handle it, because video cards are way better than the CPUs at handling stuff. Yeah, my level 20 ace is not even breaking a sweat here. The idea is that I could just come here to chill, help somebody, and then I would drop a lot of materials off of the scavenge points. Potato Guardian says, I think it's most important to make the progression organic so we feel less like a job. For sure, man. I think one of the most challenging things about a good progression system is that it requires a lot of stuff to get off the ground. I don't think we're anywhere near that yet. But the high level goal for us is to be very player driven. What I mean by that is you log into the game and we don't want you to have like a laundry list of activities that you repeat every day, because that's kind of the easy way out. If you have a game, we could do this right now. Just give you like daily missions, weekly quests and whatever, and you just repeat this X times and do this and whatever, and you do this every day you log in for the rest of your life. And this really works on the short term. Like it really hooks you, it creates kind of a discipline to just go there. But eventually it's gonna feel like a job. You're gonna just be repeating the same things over and over and over, and that's really, really boring. And I think if you wanna make a game and just release it and support it for like a few months and drop it, I think it's cool, you can do this, it's gonna work. But we're trying to make a really long tail game. We want this game to last years and years and years. And for that, you have to take like a different path. So the way that we want to do, and I don't think we're anywhere near that, just so you know, but the high level goal for us is to have a lot of player agency in what you want to achieve in the game. So you're just going to be playing the game, and you have a lot of horizontal progression in terms of which characters you want to unlock, which of the dozens of relics you want to go for and try to craft. And then you have a relic, you want to level that relic up. Or maybe you have you're hunting for a specific build that you want to do, and then you go and find the materials and the items that you need for that. But then the boss that drops that item that you need, it's really hard. You need to find a group, and maybe you need to like level up your gun for some reason, and just creates these little mini objectives, but they're driven by you, the player, right? So your the idea is that it's autonomous. Like it's your project. You have a project in the game. Like, oh, I want to make this build for Ace, right? And what do I have to do? And then you go for it, right? And even though we are going to have like quests and dailies and stuff like that, they're always going to be tied to specific factions and rewards and stuff like that. So it's not like you have to every day log into the game and do this. For example, let's say you want a specific item from the Fisher people. So for a while, maybe 1 or 2 weeks, you're gonna be logging into the game and you're gonna be doing the Fisher people quests, and that's gonna give you some Fisher people reputation, and then you get the item you want, and then you're out. You don't have to do those quests like ever again if you want to. So that for me is a good example of what good progression systems should be. There are these cool, fun, repeatable quests and goals and rewards, but it's driven by you. It never should be the only way to progress, and at some point you have to be done. Like it cannot be infinite. It cannot be something that you do for the rest of your life, right? This I think is the secret for making the game feel fresh for a long period of time. And of course community and all these other stuff, but these are all very high level goals for us, and you have to understand that this is the kind of project that usually has no less than 50 people working on it. That would be like the bare minimum, and we're 10 people, and we have been 10 people for a very short time. We started this with just me, Kyle, and Beto, right? We were 3 people, and after a while we were like 5. And then for the whole year of 2017, we were like 6 people. Now we're 10. Maybe next year we're going to be 15. So we're tackling a huge game. I think we're doing it in a very smart way. I think we're doing everything very carefully. I'm very confident about how well we know the genre and how well we're building these little building blocks. But it's going to be one day at a time. So for Steam Early Access, it's going to be a simple game with very, very high polish. And the foundations are going to be there for us to just keep building, building, and building, and building. And eventually going to have this massive game that hopefully you're going to be playing for years and years. That's the dream. And I think we're on a good track to get there. And I just ranted for a long time, and it's almost time to go. Let me look at the chat. So Potato Garden is asking, how about weekly mission chains or some storyline? We're going to do, these are called adventures. So adventures are the storylines. They are chains of different quests. We're gonna do them as fast as we can and as many as them as we can. Of course, it's gonna be a main adventure. You're gonna be able to check them out here on the journal page. So there's gonna be a main story adventure, so to speak, that you're gonna be following, like the story of Seven. So Seven story is gonna be like the main adventure. But we're going to put a lot of side adventures in there as well. So we're going to be able to learn about different stories in the world, about different characters. And hopefully we can get into a good rhythm and we can just make more adventures. It's probably not going to be once a week because that's hardcore for a small team. But maybe once a month, something like that. We're not being reasonable with the tools that we are building right now. Because we want to just make sure that making content for the game is very simple and it's very easy. And we will not do like a weekly mission with story that would go away though. Maybe some events. Like events we would do and they would be seasonal. If you miss them, we would have to wait until that particular event comes back, right? But not story stuff. Okay, so I had to get back to work. I caught a couple of bugs here that we have to work on. I'm really excited about Alpha. I can't wait to let everybody in next Saturday, June 22nd. It's going to be the best the game has ever been. We still have a long, long way to go, but I think we have to celebrate the small victories, and I feel like this Alpha is... yeah, it's a victory. I wouldn't even call it a small victory. I think for our team, for how things are going, I think this is really a victory to have this alpha the way it is. I think it's super high quality. I think it's fun. It's probably gonna last you a good, fun weekend, and I'm really looking forward to see what you have to say about it, and especially what you want us to do next, because we have like a huge list of things to do, but we want you to figure out with us like what you want us to do next, like what's the thing that you're most excited about that you want now, and we're gonna focus on that. So I think that's it for today. Thank you very much for coming, guys. It was super fun. It's always good talking to you, showing the game a little bit, and I hope to see you next weekend in game. We can farm for some epic loot together. So thank you very much for coming, and see you next time. Bye bye.